Okay, in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of a Thermaltake Chaser MK-1 full tower PC case. So let's get to it. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I built a PC, my first ever PC, and I documented it on this channel. And now I'm coming to the time where I actually want to do some upgrades, and I'm actually going to rebuild the computer in some ways. One way is with this new case. Right now I have a mid-size tower, and this is a full-size tower. So I'm going to step up in size. And it's not because I'm going with any large video cards or multiple video cards. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm building an office in my attic, or at least redoing one of the rooms up there and turning it into my studio. That way I don't have to have all my camera equipment and everything out and about in my living room and in my dining room and whatnot. I just want to localize it in one space in the house where I don't necessarily have to clean up all the time. Now, that room in the attic is a finished room, but there are extreme temperatures in that room throughout the year. So we're getting into the fall right now, at least when the time I'm filming this video is, and it's starting to get colder up there, so that's not really an issue. But in the summertime it gets hot up there, and I really wanted a case that gave me a lot more ventilation because of that. And I wanted to try a couple of new things with this PC build, and I wanted the extra space to do it. And on top of it, I really like the way this case looks. Now, a lot of people like plain looking cases. I like a case with a little bit of personality. And this sort of looks, it's got an aggressive look to it, and it has pretty much everything I want out of it. And it does have support for internal USB 3.0, as you can see on the box there. Now, on my current build, I do have a module that supports that, so it's not a big deal, but it's nice to have it built into the case here. And this case has room for a lot of large fans. So without any further ado, let's get this box open. So let me grab my trusty cutter here, and I'm going to set the box upright, and hopefully I can get a good camera angle on this because, again, when I do unboxings this large, I'm in my kitchen, and it is difficult to get the right angle on a large box like this, so hopefully I'll do it justice in this video. Now, this has a blue look to it, as you can probably already see here, and my motherboard is primarily blue, so that's going to work out. Alright, I guess the best way to get this out of the box is just to turn it upside down. So, let's try that out. Actually probably pull the camera back a little bit. So that's the way the front looks, obviously. Let's see if we got rubberized feet here. We do not have rubberized feet, so gotta be careful not to scratch it along my floor here. So obviously this is the front of the case. You do have these blue accents here, and then of course these are your drive bays here. You have a lot of mesh here, a lot of venting. You have your Thermaltake branding down here. If you can see that. Here's your 200mm fan. We'll actually look in there in a second to see if it's installed or not. On the side here, that's where you have your headset mount. So this is pretty much a gamer's or an enthusiast tower here, as you would imagine by the styling, and then also not a lot of people, you know, build full tower PCs. So let's spin this to the side a little bit. You do have a window on the side here. Quite a large case, as you can see. Now here's a spot for a 200mm fan, and there is not one installed. Here again is your window here, and we'll take this side panel off in a second. It's all metal construction, at least the main case is. You do have this for your headset, which is plastic. The bezel, the top bezel, and the front bezel is also plastic. And then these feet, well, you can't see the feet right now, so we'll get to those in a minute. On the back you have a 120mm fan that's installed. You have your holes for your liquid cooling, should you decide to go with that. I will not be doing a liquid cooling solution on this. Here's where your I/O goes for your motherboard, and of course your expansion ports here. Has a bottom-mounted power supply area down here. It's all black, it's painted all black. The inside is black as well. You have some venting here. Down here you have a removable filter. Now on the right of the case, the right side of the case, you have your metal panel without any window in there. You have some designs embossed in here. Now on the top of the case you have a 200mm fan, and that's already installed there, so I think you get two 200mm fans already installed in this. Here's venting here, but you can also put another fan up here. Here's your hot swappable drive dock here. Here's your power button. And then this thing lights up here. You have some USB ports here. You have two USB 2.0s. You have an eSATA port here, and then you have two USB 3.0s up here. You have your headphone jack over here. Let's see if we can actually tilt it so you can see it. Headphone jack, mic. You have your reset button here, and it looks like there's an LED attached to that. It looks like there's lights on the fan control here. You can turn it on high, you can turn it on low. And you have a fan LED, so that controls the lights on these fans here. And of course you have your blue accents up here as well. Now the bottom of the case, again, you have this large filter area. It looks like it's probably about 12 inches or so. And again, you can pull that off and wash it. These feet actually pivot outward. Now you can pivot them into several different directions here. You can pivot them inward. You can pivot them outward one, outward another, or you can put them towards the front. You can see the accent color there, right on the feet. Again, that blue color. Now the top bezel comes off. You just pull. Actually pulls off a lot easier than my other case. It's got a good heft to it. And of course there's your 200mm fan there. And that's called a color shift fan. You could put another one here if you'd like as well. We'll see. Right now I'll probably stick with the stock fans, and then as time goes on, if I find that I need more, I'll add more. Now these drive bays here are very easy to access. You just push these tabs in and pull out the faceplate. I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. Probably at least two of them. One for my DVD drive and the other for my drive selector. Now this front bezel should come off here. There we go. Very easy. Now the bezels on this, compared to my, like I said with the top one, compared to my current machine, these bezels snap off really nice. You have your grating up front here. Again, these bezels are made out of plastic. And here, let me put this bezel to the side, and here you have another filter here. And then you have another fan behind there, another 200mm fan. And again, you can wash these filters here. And then of course this is how you access your drive bays. Again, all toolless. And let's snap this back on. Easy, easy. So let's get this side panel off here. And I don't know if I'm actually going to put a fan here unless I have to, only because I actually like not having the cords when I pull open the side panel here. But you do have space for a large fan here, and again you have more filters here, and it's always nice to have filters so you know you're going to have the minimum amount of dust in your computer. Now, the drive bays, again, you have all those accent colors. These are for your front drive bays, these are for your hard drives. All you have to do is mount them in there, slide it in, close it down, and it's locked in. The same with up here, all toolless. When you slide this in, they should lock in, and then you release them with that release there. Very nice to have the entire inside painted as well. You have your access here for the CPU area, so you can, without having to take the motherboard out, you can mess with the CPU cooler. And then here is, interestingly tied in here, is all of your hardware. Now, a lot of people ask, I get a lot of questions, you know, when people are building their PCs or upgrading their PCs. They always ask, where do I get the screws? Where do I get this? Where do I get that? Well, your case should come with everything you need. Now, I'm opening this box here and you can't see it, so let's see. There we go. These are all the extras that will help you build your PC. These are some converters here. This is for the front, which I'm actually going to use because I have a 3.5-inch drive selector, and I'm going to fit it in the 5.25-inch bay. This is going to help me with that as well. And then, of course, I have all my screws in here, some connectors, some zip ties. Everything should be with your case. And if you do find that you need parts, you can always find them easily. Go to newegg.com, go to Tiger Direct, go to Amazon, go to a local computer store. You can find parts there as well. So it comes with a fan here, a fan up top, and then it has a fan on the back as well. And again, I'm going to stick with that, and I'm not going to add any on there unless I feel that I need to. You do have a lot of these grommets in the back for your cable management, and they're all rubberized, so that's nice. So you have access to large holes back here, but they're concealed as much as possible because you have those rubber grommets. And this is actually what one of them looks like. It came off of the back. I'll have to put it back on. Alright, let's pull off this back panel, or this side panel actually. And I can't actually see what I'm presenting to you, so hopefully I have it framed up right. And swing the panel out. And as you can see on this side, you have a lot of the cables that attach to the top. Your SATA drives, your USB drives, your power, all is going through here. And you're going to have to connect all the proper areas on this to your motherboard. So that's going to do it for this video. Join me in the series of videos that follow this, where I'm actually going to rebuild my PC build. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And if you want to help out my channel, give me a thumbs up or favorite this video. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.